Josh Brigette here with JTV Sports and head coach Cody Bentley of the Western Panthers. Coach, entering your first season after Nick Rulewitz has left the program. But you're no stranger to the program, been the defensive coordinator for the past 4 seasons, really kind of the mastermind of that havoc defense that we're used to seeing out at Western. Talk about what this offseason's been like for you now taking over the lead of the program.
Yeah, it's been exciting for me to be in this role, being with Coach Rulewitz. And I've had great coaching mentors my whole career at Homer. Joe Bragg hired me, Brett Vernon hired me as his DC, and then Coach Rulewitz really took me under his wing. So I've been able to see a lot of it, but to be in charge of it has been really interesting and refreshing for me. Just another challenge that I've been able to kind of, take positively. And so it's been interesting from that standpoint. It's been awesome just being around the kids in this role. To have to change the role a little bit as an assistant coach. You are a little bit different than I think as a head coach, but I think the biggest thing is the continuity is going to help us. And, we're not changing what worked. The stuff that was here before Dave Misfit, Nick Rulewitz, those foundations are still here. Only thing that might change is maybe the kind of the philosophy or the flavor of the program. I think a program should match its head coach in a lot of ways. And so some of that stuff is changing, but I've had a great foundation to work with.
Coach, it's a really good time for you to take over the program. New coach with a lot of new players coming in, 3 returning starters on both sides of the ball. So a lot of opportunities for younger kids to step up and show what they've learned in the program. Right. Can you just talk about kind of that opportunity to be taken over with a brand new, fresh group of faces?
Yeah, I think this is a great crew as my first group as a head coach, because I'm all about opportunities and I'm about people earning those opportunities. I feel like having a team that has so many kids who can take a starting spot just builds competition, and competition it breeds success. So I'm excited. One of our slogans for this season is "Opportunity is now here," and I think that's a big thing. Is every kid's got to realize there's a chart of our depth chart, but there's a lot of question marks on that depth chart, and I'm excited for kids to take the role because at the end of the day, if people earn things, you're going to have a better result at the end of the day. So,
another new face, Josh Kubiak's going to take over the lead of the offense.
Yep.
He's going to be your offensive coordinator his first year for that. He's been with the program for a couple of years, though. What are your expectations for your offense this year? Again, returning 3 starters, you're going to replace quarterback. You got new faces all over the offense. Can you just talk about your expectations for that group?
Yeah, so, opportunity is now here, and that applies to our coaches as well. Josh has been a successful head coach and a play caller for many years. When I was looking for an OC, obviously I talked to the guys on my staff first, and first thing he said when he walked in the room was, "Hey, we're gonna run the ball, and we're gonna do it in different ways and be flexible with how we do it." And I was like, "I'm in, man. I'm in." So we're gonna build all the things defensively that I try to track. Can you stop the run? Can you create turnovers? And can you get off the field on 3rd down? We're going to reverse that on offense. We're going to run the ball, right? We're going to not turn the ball over, and we're going to stay on the field by getting first downs. And that's the kind of mindset that Josh and I have, and I'm excited because to get an OC in my first year who I can just trust to be able to take his side of the ball is huge. And I have a lot of other stuff going on that I didn't have before, and Josh I can just hand him that, and he can run with it.
And you're going to continue to lead the defense. I think you're, again, 3 players coming back, but you're really excited about some of your size and athleticism at multiple positions on your defense. Can you talk about your expectations defensively?
Yeah, we're always a puzzle piece defense. Every year, we have our structure. We do certain things. If you watch every team of ours, we're going to have a base structure. But every year with the new players, it changes kind of the layers of how we do it. So I'm excited for the puzzle piece to work out. I have guys who I think might end up at safety. I have guys who might play nickel. I have guys that could end up being our boundary outside linebacker. I don't really know for sure yet because we've just started getting going with 7-on-7 stuff. But I can tell you this, that the 11 guys who put on the field are going to represent havoc defense. They're going to be violent, they're going to be fast, and they're going to be structured.
Coach, you got a tough schedule. I-8's always tough, and you guys expect to compete for a championship there. You've made the playoffs 8 straight seasons, but you got Hazlitt on the schedule, who's going to be tough. Traverse City Central, game 2. And week 1, we start with Jackson, which you can see live here on JTV. That's going to be our game of the week. What does this team need to do over the next month to be ready for that start with Jackson and Traverse City Central, but then also to compete and get enough wins to make the playoffs again for the 9th straight year?
Yeah, it's cliche, but it's really taking one day at a time, and it's finding out who we are as a team. new head coach, a lot of turnover on both sides of the ball. What a great opportunity, for everybody. And I think we need to find ourselves. And, nobody feels bad for us. I told the kids, we got to take care of ourselves. Nobody's going to feel bad for us. And that's how it's always been. It's football. Someone once told me that winning high school football games is really hard. Some people make it look easier than it is, but it takes a lot of foundation. It takes a lot of background work. And these kids are just got to embrace that, and they got to realize that nothing's going to be given to us. No one feels bad for us, and we get to set our own story. And it's exciting stuff. I'm jacked up. I mean, it's kind of who I am. I like to challenge it, and that's what we're kind of focused on. Is every day, let's get better and let's go.
Coach, let's get to know you a little bit more. Can you tell us, look back at your summer, what's the most memorable thing about your summer thus far?
So far this summer, I got the opportunity to run our strength program this summer, which is kind of something that was unexpected, but something that it gave me an opportunity to be around the kids in a different way. And so I've been coaching all summer, and multiple times a week. Then we go to football stuff, and I'm coaching. So I think what's been exciting for me is to have such a strong chance early to establish my voice with this group and find my way as a head coach early on, because I've been around the kids in multiple facets, different ways. So finding my own footing as a coach has been really exciting this summer.
Head coach Cody Bentley of the Western Panthers, as they look to make the playoffs 9 straight years, compete for an I-8 championship. They're going to start the year against Jackson. Week 1, you can see that on JTV, and then they're going to face Traverse City Central. Coach, best of luck this season.
Hey, I appreciate it.